Bhajan on the banks of Radhakund, Raghunath Das Goswami. He wrote one book, Mana Shiksha, Teachings to the Mind. Bhatta Juga means the two Bhattas, Raghunath Bhatta and Gopal Bhatta. So Gopal Bhatta Goswami was born in a Sri Vaishnava family, and then he met Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and then he also came to Vrindavan. Radharaman deity, everybody knows Radharaman. Na? Very beautiful deity. Sometimes he shows the teeth also. Radharaman, that is by Gopal Bhatta. Prakatya Sthan is also there. How many have been to Radharaman temple? If you see inside the temple premises, there is Radharaman Prakatya Sthali is also there. Where Radharaman. It's amazing. Few Shaligram Shilas, Gopal Bhatta Goswami, he took a bath in. This was at Gandaki. He went to Gandaki river, where Shaligrams are on the banks. The Ganges water shapes the rocks into Shaligram Shilas. So he took he had his Shaligrams with him. Actually, it was amazing. He took a bath, and the Shaligrams they came in his hand when he got up. Okay, so then he didn't want to collect. He put them down again. Again they came. So he understood that they want to remain. Another occasion, it happened that these Shilas they overnight they just appeared in the form of Radharaman. Such miraculous happenings. Gopal Bhatta. Gopal Bhatta. Raghunath Bhatta also, he was a great reciter and a great speaker of the Srimad Bhagavatam. Raghunath Bhatta Goswami. And Jiva, Radha Damodar Mandir. How many have been to Radha Damodar temple? Radha Damodar Mandir. Okay. Radha Damodar Mandir. Srila Prabhupada said the axle of the hub of the spiritual world is there in Radha Damodar, he said. Some special place of pastime because Srila Jiva Goswami, his deity is Radha Damodar. In Jaipur, the original deities are there in Jaipur. Radha Damodar. So in the Radha Damodar temple in Vrindavan, all the samadhis are there. So amazing place. And Bhajan Kutir of Rupa Goswami, Samadhi Mandir of Rupa Goswami is there. And Srila Prabhupada, through his window, he used to see the Samadhi of Rupa Goswami. So these 6 Goswamis. So now calling out to 6 Goswamis. Swarup Damodar was the secretary of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Prabhu Loknath. Loknath Goswami is actually the spiritual master of Narottam Das Thakur, who came there before the 6 Goswamis came. He came beforehand. Daya Karo Sri Acharya Prabhu Srinivasa Ramachandra Sangamage Narottama Dasa. Some Prabhu, please read. Ramachandra Kaviraj, yes. Ramachandra Kaviraj was a very special friend of Narottam Das Thakur. So he writes in the end that I beg for the association and longing of Ramachandra Kaviraj. It's amazing how spiritual friendships work. There is separation that now this person is not there with me. Material friendships are what? You're friends for a while, and then in a moment you may just turn suddenly against the person, and then you want to fight with them. You said, "Get out of my sight. I don't want to see you ever." All material relationships are like that. Duality is there. Spiritual relationships, because they are based on Krishna, so then there is no duality. So Narottam Das Thakur, like this, he is crying. So this is that bhajan. So you can sing along. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Doya Karo More Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Doya Karo More Jagata samsare Advaita Prabhu na pai dayara. Prabhu Premananda Kripamano Para Advaita Chaitanya Sri Prabhu Prabhu Sri Ramachandra Saramage Ramachandra Saramage Narottama Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Gaudiya Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram, Divine Grace, Abhishek Arvind Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai Vishnupad Paramhamsa Parivek Acharya Stotra Sadis Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Srila Prabhupada ki Namacharya Haridas Thakur ki Sri Advaita Acharya ki Sri Nityananda Prabhu ki Nitai Gaur Premanande. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories, all glories, all glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Because we're chanting, we're reading from and hearing and discussing about Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita and Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat. So then we chant the pranam mantra for Panchatattva, which is Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Where is presenter mode? You. What happened? Okay. Okay. Please repeat the pranam mantra of Advaita. How many of you know pranam mantra of Advaita Acharya? Right now, I'll give Mahaprasad. Somebody knows. Anybody pranam mantra Advaita Acharya? You should know because we offer obeisances to Panch Tattva, especially in puja and all. We offer obeisance. Everybody should know pranam mantra. You can repeat after me. Advaitam Hari Advaita Acharyam Bhakti Samshanat Bhaktavtaram Isham Tam Advaita Acharyam Ashrayet. Yeah, so this means that Advaitam Hari Advaita, this Advaita Acharya is non-different from Advaita. He's Advaita. Advaita is two. Advaita means not two, one, but he's one with whom? He's one with Krishna. So this is Advaita Acharya. Advaitam Hari Advaita Acharya Bhakti Samshana. So he's the Acharya because he is teaching by example. What is he teaching? Bhakti. Bhakti Samshana. Bhakta Avtaram Ishamtam. He is the Bhakta Avatar. In Panchatattva mantra, do you know the Panchatattva Pranam mantra? Panchatattva Pranam mantra. What is it? Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam Bhakta Avtaram Bhaktakhyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam. So Bhakta Avatar. So Bhakta Rupa Swarup. Bhakta Rup is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Bhakta Swarup is Nityananda Prabhu. And Bhakta Avatar is Sri Advaita Acharya. Bhakta Avtaram and Bhakta Akhyam is Srivas Pandit. And Bhakta Shakti is Radhadhar Pandit. So this we should remember who these personalities are. So Advaita Acharya. Advaita Acharya, he was born in 1434 at near Sri Hatta in a village called Navagram to Kuber Pandit, and his mother's name was Nabhi Devi. So this was many years. Mahaprabhu appeared in 1486 and Advaita Acharya appeared in 1434. So how much difference was there in Mahaprabhu and Advaita Acharya's age? Around 50 years. So he was already elderly when Mahaprabhu appeared. When he was born, because he had lotus petal eyes, so his name was Kamalaksha. Kamalaksha in his childhood showed divinity. How? When he was 5 years old, that time his friend was the king's son. And one time they bowed down to Durga Devi's statue, to Durga Devi's deity. But Advaita Acharya did not bow down. You know why? Advaita Acharya is actually the incarnation of Mahavishnu and Sadashiva combined. Mahavishnu, in Gaur Leela, everybody comes. Those who are in Krishna Leela, all of them come in different forms. Because here, now what they're Yagna Sankirtana Praya Ijantihi Sumedasa. They promote, they glorify Sankirtan Yagya. So everybody comes. All Krishna's associates, the Gopis, Gopas, all Brajvasis, they all come in different form. They come in Gaur Leela. So Sadashiva, he is an eternal associate of the Lord, and Mahavishnu, who is an expansion of Krishna. They both combined to form this incarnation of Advaita Acharya. Now you answer, why Advaita Acharya did not offer obeisances to the deity of Durga Devi? He's Shiva himself. Why will Shiva bow down to Durga Devi? It doesn't work. It's the other way around. Lord Shiva will not bow down. So he refused to bow down to Durga Devi. So the son of the king, he felt very upset and he went and complained to his father. So the king called for small Kamalaksha and forced him, you should bow down. He said, then you should be ready to face the consequences also. 5-year-old child is saying, you should be ready to face the consequences. So the king said, what consequences? Bow down. So he bowed down and the deity of Durga, it burst. Because why will Durga Devi accept pranams from her Lord? So in this way, Kamalaksha showed divinity even in childhood. Then, after his parents left, he went to Gayadham to offer Shraddh. And there he meets with the very saintly Madhavendra Puri. Who can say, who is Madhavendra Puri? Madhavendra Puri is the spiritual master of Srila Ishwara Puri. Fortunately, just a few weeks ago, we were in Remuna Dham, and there lies the Samadhi of Sripad Madhavendra Puri. We had special darshan of Madhavendra Puri Samadhi at Remuna. So Madhavendra Puri, actually the Gopal deity, everybody knows, na? Gopal, who is like this, Srinathji, famous worship. Srinathji came in the dream of Madhavendra Puri. He is the one who discovered the deity, Madhavendra Puri. So Madhavendra Puri, Kamalaksha meets Madhavendra Puri, and seeing him surcharged with love of God, it infects him also. And then he's not the same anymore. And then after that, he shifts to Shantipur. How many been to Shantipur? How many of you have been to Shantipur? Okay. So today, you see, when we perform sadhana, there is always some desire. That is up to the individual entity's free will. We can desire. Desiring something material, relief from material miseries, and desiring something material is like asking a millionaire for 10 rupees. Because if you have befriended a millionaire, million will come. What to speak of 10 rupees? So when we get Krishna, you get all the material relief that will happen anyways, and desires get fulfilled anyways. That happens. That is, Bhagavatam has praman for all of this. But what is there to be desired is something that is very special, which is Krishna Prem or spiritual desires. So we can desire to visit Shantipur. That we can desire. These kind of spiritual desires, you will see if you experiment. Like Gandhi experimented, his book's name was My Experiments with the Truth. So we all have some tendency to speculate and experiment. So you can try it out. That you have a desire, spiritual desire, and you see how Krishna fulfills spiritual desires. So this is conscious desiring. You can consciously desire, and you see how Krishna he becomes activated. Make sure that fast your spiritual desires get fulfilled. So it's Shantipur, which is a little bit near. It is near Mayapur. It's around an hour it takes to reach there. So at Shantipur, Advaita Acharya had a house. He shifted there. He was actually in Bangladesh, that side, and then they shifted to Shantipur. So he had a house there. So Advaita Acharya later on he gets married to Sita Thakurani and Sri Devi. He had two wives. He had three sons from each of them, and the three of them they did not take up. They became Mayavadis. Three became nice devotees. Three became Mayavadis. So he rejected the Mayavadi sons. Advaita Acharya also had a house in Mayapur. If you've been to Mayapur, how many been to Mayapur? So Mayapur is a special place because you can see at Yogapit, right next to Yogapit is Advaita Bhavan. That is the house of Advaita Acharya. And actually it is Srivas Angan, and Srivas Angan's courtyard, it has Advaita Bhavan and Gadadhar Bhavan also. Because all the Panchtattva, they all lived nearby. Nityananda Prabhu was from Ekachakra, that is at Radhadesh. That's a little away. But the other four members were right in one line. And Nityananda Prabhu, when he shifted to Mayapur, Navadvip, he was staying at the house of Srivas Acharya. So they're all nearby. So Advaita Bhavan, that's actually the original place where Advaita Acharya's house was there. Advaita Acharya continued to live and reside in Shantipur and Navadvip as the leader of the Brahmanas, leader of the Brahmin community. When Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared, he came to know, he understood, and then Haridas Thakur was living with him at Shantipur. If you go to Shantipur, you will see that the Bhajan Kutir of Haridas Thakur is there. So they all were there. So Advaita Acharya is the Lord who called the Lord. He is the Lord who called the Lord. Which Lord is he calling? Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Because Advaita Acharya, he saw more than 500 years ago, he saw the situation which had deteriorated in Kali Yuga. He saw that the Brahmins had given up all Brahminical culture and were engaged in demigod worship just for some mere sense gratification. He saw that people were showing deities, those who were Brahminical culture, in which deity worship is very significant, plays a prominent place. Fortunately, that time there were no smartphones and there were no social media to distract the minds of people from God. So the only distraction that was there was that they were into demigod worship instead of worshipping the Supreme Personality. So seeing that situation and how people were actually, they were doing all kinds of crazy things. They were getting dogs married, he dog, she dog, they were getting them married, performing pujas of animals also. Some really odd things were going on. In the name of Brahminical culture, some wrong rituals and deviations had started to sprout. Seeing this, Advaita Acharya, who is none other than Mahavishnu and Sadashiva, is a great personality, and his heart became so compassionate that he was feeling that if the Lord doesn't advent now, then I will be forced to take my Sudarshan Chakra and finish off everyone. So then, on the banks of the Ganges, actually at Shantipur, you will find that still the deity of the Shila that Advaita Acharya worshipped is still there at Shantipur. You can still take darshan of that deity. He took this deity, sat on the banks of the Ganges, worshipped it with tulsi leaves and Ganga Jal. And he called out the Lord, please come, please come. This is how Advaita Acharya actually teaches us also, that this is how we must function. That means we should call out Krishna. And because he called out, Krishna came in the form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. There are different reasons why Mahaprabhu advented, and one of them he many times mentioned that I was sleeping peacefully in the ocean of milk, but Nada, you called me, so I came. He told Advaita Acharya many times, you called me, so I came. So Advaita Acharya was the Lord who brought the Lord. So Advaita Acharya, when one time when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, now we can't go in chronology, there will be some pastimes of Advaita Acharya that we'll mention to glorify him, and then some pastimes of Nityananda Prabhu. So Advaita Acharya, one time, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who had already met Ishvara Puri, and he was feeling premavesh, he was feeling love of God. So at that time, he was calling all his devotees and asking them Ask me for a boon. I'll give you whatever you desire. Advaita Acharya didn't say anything. Then the Lord, he was saying, I have come here to open the storehouse of love of God. I am going to give everyone Krishna Prema freely. I am going to distribute it to everyone. Ask what you like, Advaita. Ask what you like. And Advaita Acharya, he said, my dear Lord, if you are distributing love of God to everyone, then please make sure you also give this to Shudras, to also to other tribal people. You give it to all the lower classes of society. Give it to them. Except those who are offenders or aparadhis, who perform Vaishnav Ninda, those who offend devotees, those who offend the process of bhakti, them you don't give. Apart from that, you please give everyone. So Mahaprabhu says, so be it. So in this way, Mahaprabhu fulfilled Advaita Acharya's Sankirtan boon. Advaita Acharya had many times battles, mock battles with Nityananda Prabhu. They used to mock each other and they used to compete also. When Nityananda Prabhu arrived in Navadvip, that time then they used to go for, after having, in Mahaprabhu's 23rd year, he started, 20th year, he became a devotee after meeting Ishwarapuri in Gaya, and then after that he started the Sankirtan movement at Srivas Thakur's house. For 1 year it remained in closed doors. Only the Panchatattva and a few selected associates were allowed to enter into that association, and they had nocturnal kirtans, entire night kirtan. After that, they used to go and bathe in the Ganga. Ganga is, is a stone's throw from the house of all these houses. Yogapit, from Mahaprabhu's house, from Advaita Acharya's house, stone's throw. So they used to go and take bath in the Ganga. That time, Advaita and Nityananda Prabhu, they used to have splashing competitions. And Mahaprabhu used to be the referee. And Mahaprabhu used to say, splashing, they used to splash water at each other in the Ganga. And Mahaprabhu used to say, the real winner is the one who 3 times at a stretch wins. So 3 times, they're splashing, and then 3 times the one who wins was the winner. So like this, they had some competitions. Advaita Acharya used to call Nityananda Prabhu that you are a drunkard, you have no caste, and you are going to ruin the caste of all of us. And Nityananda Prabhu used to reply, you are a foggy old Brahmana, I am a sannyasi, I am a self-realized soul. And Advaita Acharya is saying, what sannyasi? Sannyasi doesn't demand anything, but you are demanding food 3 times a day. You are an avadhuta. And he says that Srivas Pandit doesn't discriminate. He is keeping you in his house. But his caste reputation is all going to be ruined because of having you. And all these kind of mock debates were there, wherein the Vaishnavas used to enjoy. They were enjoying. Advaita Acharya, he always felt that Mahaprabhu was superior to him. So he used to act as if he is Mahaprabhu's servant. So when Mahaprabhu started exhibiting symptoms of love of God, so then Advaita Acharya used to be very humble, and Mahaprabhu didn't used to like it. Because spiritually also, Advaita Acharya is the disciple of Madhavendra Puri, and Mahaprabhu's spiritual master was Ishwara Puri. So that makes Ishwara Puri and Advaita Acharya as God brothers. They're equal in position. Spiritual position is equal. So for Mahaprabhu, Advaita Acharya is on the same level as his spiritual master. So why will he treat him as junior? There's no question of it. But Advaita Acharya knew that this is the same Supreme Lord, because he started exhibiting symptoms. So Advaita Acharya, he wanted that the Lord treat him as a subordinate. So what did he do? One time, he started speaking Mayavad philosophy. Mayavad philosophy means they don't accept Krishna as personality. Param Brahma mein leen hona hai. They'll talk like that, merging into the absolute, merging into the light. So he was talking like this. And he was in Shantipur preaching like this. Mahaprabhu is in Navadvip. He came to know. So with Nityananda Prabhu, he rushed to Shantipur. That how is it that Advaita got very angry on Advaita Acharya? How is he preaching Mayavadi nonsense? So he comes there. And Advaita Acharya came to know that Mahaprabhu is coming. So he began preaching with increased fervor. Then Mahaprabhu came there. He stopped the class and he asked Advaita Acharya, what is superior, Gyan or Bhakti? Advaita Acharya says Gyan. What is the value of bhakti without gyan? Purposefully he said like this. Mahaprabhu got so angry on him, he came and he took him, he threw him on the floor and began thrashing him. Sita Thakurani came there and said, wait, he's old man, he'll die like this. Mahaprabhu thrashing Advaita Acharya. And Advaita Acharya said, now it is revealed who is superior. Now it is revealed whose servant I am. And then he fell at Mahaprabhu's feet saying, my punishment is over. But I did this because you always consider me as superior, but I am your eternal servant. Saying this, he prostrated himself at Mahaprabhu's feet. And Mahaprabhu, he became embarrassed. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu felt very embarrassed. Advaita Acharya, in this way, he tricked him. One time, Mahaprabhu was very merciful to all the devotees. He asked Advaita Acharya, what is your desire? Advaita Acharya said, I want to see that form that Arjuna saw on Kurukshetra battlefield. So suddenly, Mahaprabhu showed himself sitting. He is Krishna and Arjuna is sitting on the chariot, and then he showed that Virat Swarup, universal form. This way he showed Advaita Acharya his Virat Swarup also. So Mahaprabhu, he took sannyas, and that was very, very painful to all the devotees. Very, very painful. Mahaprabhu is taking sannyas. The whole Leela that happens at Katwa, where Mahaprabhu shaves his head and takes sannyas from Keshav Bharti. Nobody knew, only few select devotees and associates knew. So Advaita Acharya, now Nityananda Prabhu and Advaita Acharya planned. Because Mahaprabhu's associates, actually, if you read Chaitanya Charitamrita, you will find that Mahaprabhu and associates had very, very thick relationships. Very, very thick. All spiritual relationships. So now, Nityananda Prabhu understood that Mahaprabhu has taken sannyas, but all the devotees don't know, and they'll not be able to accept it. We cannot brush it. We will have to do something about it. We will have to, even Sachimata, what about her? We have to arrange for everyone to meet Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu will bless, he will receive blessings also. We have to complete this. So Nityananda Prabhu tells Chandrasekhar, you tell Advaita Acharya, I'm going to send Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to Shantipur. Be ready. And then Mahaprabhu, after taking sannyas, he is feeling I should go to Vrindavan Dham. I should go to Vrindavan Dham. So he asked Nityananda, where is the Vrindavan Dham direction? So Nityananda leads him, but he leads him in the wrong direction. He leads him towards Shantipur. Again, after a while, Mahaprabhu asked Nityananda, which is this river? And Nityananda says, this is Yamuna. You've reached Vrindavan. This is Yamuna river. So Mahaprabhu feels very ecstatic. I have reached Vrindavan. I have reached Yamuna river. So he jumps inside thinking, this is Yamuna river. He's taking bath. There Advaita Acharya on a boat comes. And he tells, Mahaprabhu says, Advaita, what are you doing in Vrindavan? Advaita replies, my dear Lord, wherever you are, that is Vrindavan. Then Mahaprabhu says, how Vrindavan? Advaita Acharya says, this is Shantipur. Welcome to Shantipur. So then Mahaprabhu says, oh, this Nityananda has tricked me. He has tricked me. And Advaita Acharya says, I have got fresh cloth for you. Please come to my house and take your first alms as a sannyasi. So then Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, all of them go to Advaita Acharya's house. There already Nityananda Prabhu has arranged for all the devotees to come there. First, Mahaprabhu sees so much of bhoga and prasadam is there on pots, earthen pots. If you've been to Jagannath Puri, you see these big earthen pots are there. There is so much of Mahaprasad there, like that. In traditional Bengal also, they don't have this oval shape. They have this kind of shape. We were very fortunate to live in Mayapur, where we had experience of all of this. Going in different Gaudiya mats and eating their prasadam cooked in clay pots and then eating from there also. We used to prepare also all of this. We used to prepare in Gurukul, we used to prepare in clay pots. So this was these preparations. Mahaprabhu saw, he was very happy and satisfied that all this is going to be offered to Krishna as bhoga. Very happy. Then Advaita Acharya said, Mahaprabhu, please sit. And Nityananda Prabhu, please sit. We will take prasad. We will honor prasad. Mahaprabhu said, I have taken sannyas now. Little only we will take. And he goes inside the room. And Advaita Acharya has kept pots and pots of so much of Mahaprasad. So much of rice, so much of sukta, so much of chachri. All these are traditional Bengali preparations. Different types of sak are there. All the green leafy vegetables which come in different ways they can be cooked. Chachri is there and sukta is there, which is bitter preparation. So all of this was there in front of Mahaprabhu. And Advaita Acharya is saying, yes, we will honor prasad. Mahaprabhu is saying, how can I eat all of this? I am a sannyasi. Advaita Acharya replies that in Jagannath Puri you take chapan bhog. This is a morsel for you. And Mahaprabhu defeated, he had to sit there. Nityananda is saying, this is so less. It's so less for me. Advaita Acharya replies, I am a poor Brahmin. This is all I can afford. I will not call you next time. And Nityananda Prabhu says, the offense that you are making to me, for this you will have to feed 21 sannyasis. Advaita said, this is the last time I am calling any sannyasi to the house. And then Nityananda gets angry. Nityananda Prabhu, he takes some rice and throws it on Advaita Acharya. This is disclaimer, don't try this at home. This is the transcendental lords, they can do all this pastime. When Advaita Acharya, this rice, which is Maha of Nityananda, it touches him, he becomes so ecstatic that he stands up and he starts dancing and chanting like a madman, Advaita Acharya. Because he gets special sparsha. He says, hey, Nitai, you don't even fear a Brahmin? What offense are you making? He says, you will finish off everything. The Srivas doesn't understand, he doesn't discriminate. Because Nityananda was staying at the house of Srivas Thakur. So Advaita used to always mock Srivas. Everybody used to mock Srivas. That this Avadhut, Nityananda, you are keeping in your house. None of us know what caste he belongs to. He roams around like a drunkard. And so many complaints used to come of Nityananda also. Advaita Acharya said, he will ruin everything I am telling you, Haridas. Listen. So this kind of transcendental mockery used to go on between all the lords. Sachi Mata comes there after that. All the devotees come there. Mahaprabhu sees Sachi Mata, offers obeisance. He says that this body belongs to you. What would you like me to do? Sachi Mata is crying because she sees that her Gaur Sundar is now with shaven head and saffron cloth. Sannyas le liya. But Mahaprabhu, he says that now I surrender to you. Now whatever you say. So then she says that you taken sannyas, okay, but take Kshetra sannyas, be in Puri. So that when devotees go up and down from Bengal to Puri, when they come back, then I'll get news of you. News will keep coming. So Mahaprabhu says, okay. One time, so this is before Mahaprabhu takes sannyas, Advaita Acharya used to, when Mahaprabhu in these nocturnal kirtans, for 1 year they had these nocturnal kirtans which were closed doors, nobody was allowed. When they had these nocturnal kirtans overnight, so that time Mahaprabhu in his ecstasy, he used to fall on the ground and he used to roll on the ground. Advaita Acharya used to come there and he used to take the dust from Mahaprabhu's feet and put it on his head. And Mahaprabhu didn't realize because he is already unconscious. One time when Mahaprabhu he got up from that unconsciousness after feeling ecstasy. He got up. That time he's feeling, I am not feeling ecstasy, what I normally do during kirtan. Did somebody touch my feet? Did somebody take the dust of my feet? Nobody said because they all knew it was Advaita Acharya, who was very senior. So nobody said. Advaita came forward and said, I was the one who stole your foot dust. So then Mahaprabhu, he says, Advaita, you don't feel any remorse? As Mahavishnu, you destroy the whole creation. And now you are making these offenses to me? I will now show you how to take foot dust of devotees. Then he embraces Advaita. Then he turns Advaita Acharya upside down, takes the dust from his feet and puts it on his head. Say, I have defeated you. One time in this kirtans, Sachi Mata was not feeling any. Everybody got mercy. Mahaprabhu many times exhibited such special leelas and darshans, like in Mahaprakash Leela. For 3 prahars, 21 hours, he continuously gave out mercy, benedictions, and allowed Abhishek to happen. He didn't give any mercy to Sachi Mata. So the devotees, they felt compassion for Sachi Mata and said, Mahaprabhu, she is Jagat Janani, she is the mother. So she is your mother. She's the mother of the entire universe. Why you don't give her mercy? Why is she not feeling any ecstasy? So Mahaprabhu replied that she has committed big Vaishnava aparadha against Advaita Acharya. When this news came to Sachi Mata, she immediately recollected that Mahaprabhu's elder brother Vishwarup, he used to go to Advaita Acharya's house regularly to hear Srimad Bhagavatam. And when he used to go, then being influenced by Advaita Acharya's Bhagavatam classes somehow, then when the sannyasi came, he took sannyas. One fine day, Vishwarup just left home. That was heartbreaking for Mother Sachi and Jagannath Mishra, to the point that Jagannath Mishra also leaves this world immediately after Vishwarup leaves. Then Nimai started going. That time she had commented, this Advaita is not Advaita, he's Dvaita, he's dual. Outside he's saying he's making a show of Bhagavatam, but what is he doing? He's taking my children away from me. So she made this comment. And this was registered as an offense by Mahaprabhu. So when the devotees went to Advaita saying, please forgive Sachi Mata, she is the mother of the Supreme Lord, everybody is getting mercy, she is not. Advaita Acharya says, she is Jagat Janani, how can I take any offense? I have not taken any offense. So the devotees were thinking what to do now, because he is not accepting and she will not receive. So when this news came to Sachi Mata, she was waiting for an opportunity. So then one time during Kirtan, Advaita Acharya, he went into so much ecstasy, he fell unconscious. Then he was rolling on the ground. At that time, Ma Sachi came and she took the dust of Advaita Acharya's lotus feet and put it on her. Mahaprabhu saw this and he was pleased. And after this, he gave Sachi Mata mercy also. Advaita Acharya, when Mahaprabhu used to be sent as a small boy, 3-4-year-old child, he used to be sent to Advaita Acharya's house by Sachi Mata to call Vishwarup back. So he used to come and stand where Advaita Acharya was giving class and Vishwarup is listening. Bhagavad Katha is going on. So Mahaprabhu, so this little boy, Nimai, he used to wait there. And Advaita Acharya used to ask, why have you come? So Nimai used to say, you called, that's why I came. And Advaita Acharya never understood this. He only understood it when, one time, when Gaur and Nityananda meet, after they met, then Mahaprabhu asked Ramai Pandit, who was the brother of Srivas, go and tell Advaita that the Lord whom he was calling has appeared and he and his wife should arrange worship paraphernalia and worship me. So Ramai Pandit, he goes to Advaita Acharya and to Advaita and Sita Thakurani, he mentions and narrates this, that the Lord is saying that he wants to be worshipped with paraphernalia and he has called because you called him. Advaita Acharya was in great ecstasy because his desire was being fulfilled. Advaita Acharya, he said, Sita Thakurani, you go to Nimai's house. And he himself went to Nandan Acharya Bhavan, hiding. So when Ramai Pandit and Sachi Mata, and Sita Thakurani, when they reach Mahaprabhu's place, that time Mahaprabhu replies back, this Nada is testing me. He wants to know whether I am the Supreme Personality of Godhead or not. Ramai Pandit, go and tell him that I am waiting for him and he is hiding in Nandan Acharya's house. So they go again and call Advaita. Advaita Acharya very happily and blissfully comes and then they perform worship of Nimai. So this is very nice bhajan from Gitavali by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. You can just repeat after me. Ek din shanti pure Prabhu Advaite Raghare. Dui Prabhu bhojane boshilo. Shak Koriya Suvada. Prabhu bole bhaktagana. Eisha Krishna Swadhilo. Please read. So this bhajan in Shantipur, there is a place behind Advaita Acharya's house. There is a place, sitting place of the three lords. It's still there, and that is the place where this pastime happened. That one day they all were taking prasadam, and Mahaprabhu, his favorite preparation was shak. So when he ate that, he said, "Oh, Krishna has definitely tasted it." He no shak aswadane, Krishna prema aise mane, Shei preme koro aswadana, Jada buddhi parihari, Prasada bhojana kori, Hari Hari bolo sarvajana. Please read. Hari Hari. So, in this way, Mahaprabhu taught that for prasadam, we should not have material considerations. He said that just in this love of Krishna, you should honor these remnants. Give up all material conception. Just remember that Krishna has taken this prasadam. That much impact prasadam has. So, we should always try to see that we always take prasadam. Advaita Acharya Prabhu ki. So then, next Saturday is Sri Nityananda Trayodasi, that is the appearance day of Sri Nityananda Prabhu. So it is in Narottam Das Thakur's bhajan, Hari Hari Bifale, says, Brajendra Nandana Jai Sachi Sutta Hoilo She Balarama Hoilo Nitai Balarama Hoilo Nitai. He says that in these pastimes of Sri Gaura, the same Balaram who comes in Krishna avatar, he comes as Nitai. Sachi Sutta Hoilo Shai. So this Krishna who has become the son of Mother Sachi, and Balaram comes as Nitai. This is a special place called Ekachakradham. How many of you got the great fortune to go to Ekachakra? The others know what they have to do. So this is the place where Sri Nityananda Prabhu advented Ekachakra. It is that same place. Why Ekachakra? Because if you remember, Bhim, he threw the chakra, a wheel, he threw it, and then that landed up there. So then Ekachakra. This place called Radhadesh is a place where the Ganges does not flow. No Ganga there. Takes a couple of hours from Navadvip to reach there. So Nityananda Prabhu, he appeared he's 12, he's 16 years elder to Mahaprabhu. So before Mahaprabhu, he advented. So it's on the Trayodasi day, which is coming up. And he came in the house of Hadai Pandit and Padmavati Devi. In his childhood, he imitated all the pastimes of Sri Krishna to the point that everybody was wondering that how does this child know so much? These children, they did not know how to read, they didn't know how to write, they didn't even hear these pastimes, but everything Nityananda knew. So Nitai, his childhood pastimes were extraordinary. He and his cowherd friends, as their childhood play, they only performed leelas of Sri Krishna and his incarnations. According to the various descriptions given in the Srimad Bhagavatam, he instructed everyone, you play this, you play that. 10th canto and in the Ramayana. So his only desire in childhood was to enact these transcendental pastimes of Krishna. Sometimes he used to close all the doors, make it dark, and then perform Krishna Janma Leela. Then sometimes he used to ask his friend, take a doll, become Vasudev and cross the river. So just like the cowherd boys, they used to have bugles, they used to have horns, like that Nitai and his friends also had. They used to also go along with cows and enact other pastimes of Sri Krishna. Then he would make his friends dress as Aghasur, Bakasur, Vatsasur, and then he used to enact pastimes of killing them. Sometimes he would enter a house wherein butter products were kept and he used to steal them and eat. His friends were so much in love with him, they didn't want to leave him even for a moment. He would even perform the pastimes of lifting Govardhan hill. And he used to really enjoy killing of Pralambasur and Dhenukasur. No Mahaprasad to understand why. I hope you understood why he loved these pastimes. So one time, Nityananda and his friends, they were performing the pastime of Ramayana. And he was playing Lakshman. And then he asks some of his friends who were playing Rakshasas to shoot the Shakti weapon. And he shoots the Shakti weapon and Nitai faints. He faints and he doesn't get up. So everybody's panicking. All the family members have also come. Elders have also come. Nitai is not getting up. Finally, one boy who was playing Hanuman, he realized, I have to go to the Gandhamadhan mountain and get the herbs. So he runs, he gets the herbs from Gandhamadhan mountain and he puts it near Nitai's nose. And he smells and he suddenly wakes up. Then they realize he had already given all these instructions before. So in this way, they were performing all these wonderful leelas. So the people of Ekachakra loved him so much. So 12 years passed like this. Nityananda grew up. 12 years passed like this. Now, Nityananda, who is the first expansion of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Balramji, see, Krishna expands himself into two, Swayam Prakash and Vaibhav Prakash. Swayam Prakash is Krishna's own form, which he takes in order to expand himself, like in Ras Leela. 16,108 gopis. So for all 16,108, it is Krishna himself. They all feel it's Krishna. That is Swayam Prakash. There is other expansion of Krishna called Vaibhav Prakash. That is Balramji. That is first expansion. He is the supreme servitor of Godhead. Krishna is supreme personality of Godhead and Balramji is supreme servitor of Godhead. He makes sure that he expands into everything that Krishna uses, including his paraphernalia, the holy dham, his bed, everything. So that same Balramji, he comes as Nityananda. So now Nityananda, he understood at 12 that my Lord has advented himself. Now what happens, he makes an arrangement by which some sannyasi comes there. They say that it was Vishwarupa, who was Mahaprabhu's elder brother, who was, his sannyas name was Shankararanya. He comes to the village of Ekachakra and goes to Hadai Pandit's house. Hadai Pandit says, how can I serve you? He says, I will stay over for a night at your place. So he stays overnight. And next day morning, when this sannyasi is moving out, he asks Hadai Pandit for one thing. Hadai Pandit says, whatever is it, I will try to fulfill your desire to the best of my capacity. So he says, the sannyasi asks that you give me your son because I need an assistant. Hadai Pandit's heart completely crashes. He and Padmavati Devi could not bear separation. But bounded by culture and understanding that it is for a higher cause, they allow Nitai to go with the sannyasi. Hadai Pandit and Padmavati were as if they were lifeless. They felt the same remorse that Dashrath felt when Ram had to go for Vanvas. Now Nitai, he travelled along with this sannyasi. He travelled all over the country. Like Balramji travelled all the places of pilgrimage. He did not participate in the Kurukshetra war. He went to all the places of pilgrimage, Balramji. Likewise, even Nitai went to all the different places of pilgrimage. Then he landed in Vrindavan. When he landed in Vrindavan, this was after many, many years. Then from within his heart, he felt the inspiration. He understood that his Lord has now started performing his pastimes as a devotee in Navadvip. So then from Vrindavan, he goes to Navadvip. The meeting of Gaur and Nitai is a very transcendental chapter which is given in the Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat. Mahaprabhu gets a dream. Mahaprabhu has already met Ishwar Puri in Gaya, and now he is exhibiting the symptoms of love of God. Only one member of the Panch Tattva is remaining. Earlier, Mahaprabhu and the Panch and other members of Panch Tattva didn't get along so well. Gadadhar Pandit was a close friend, and Sachi Mata had requested Gadadhar Pandit always keep Nimai in you, near you. Because one time when Nimai was feeling separation from Krishna, he heard that Krishna, he was asking, "Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna?" Somebody said, "Krishna is in your heart." And Nimai started tearing open his own chest. Where is Krishna? Searching. And Gadadhar Pandit was able to pacify him. So when Sachimata saw that Gadadhar Pandit has such a positive influence, she requested him. So Gadadhar was his friend from school, childhood. So he remained. Advaita Acharya, he was busy in leading all the other Brahmanas and hearing Bhagavatam. He was also giving Bhagavatam classes where Vishwarup was attending. Nimai Pandit, when he was showing his pastimes as a scholar and having his own Gurukul on the banks of the Ganga, that time, Srivas Pandit, other Vaishnavas, they used to pray. Srivas used to pray, when will Gaur Sundar become a devotee? When will Sachisuta become a devotee? He used to pray like this. Because he used to engage in so much of endless debate. Nyay, he was a teacher of Nyay. Mahaprabhu was a teacher of Nyay Shastra. So he used to just catch devotees on the street and then he used to argue with them. Nyaya is what? Logic. So then there are different sutras. Gautama has given sutras. So then there is one sutra, then there is some refutation for it. So Mahaprabhu, like this, he used to engage in debate. He used to just suddenly catch Vaishnavas and say, defeat me. Then the Vaishnavas, they are more interested in bhakti than defeating Mahaprabhu's Nyaya. So then they used to say, you won, you won. Then he used to say, no, wait, now I'm going to tell you how to defeat me. So then he used to defeat himself. Then he used to say, now you defeat what I just mentioned. So they said, no, we want to do bhakti. Now you listen to how I'm going to defeat what I just mentioned again. So like this, Mahaprabhu used to go on. So all the Vaishnavas, when they used to see Nimai Pandit on the road, they used to cross the road and go from the other side. This was a regular feature. So Srivas Pandit also used to do that. One day Mahaprabhu caught him. He said, Srivas, where are you running away? So Srivas said, Nimai Pandit, when will you become a devotee? And that time Nimai Pandit replied, ऐसा devotee बनूंगा कि सब देखते रह जाएंगे. He said that. He said, I'll become such a devotee that you cannot even imagine. He said that. And Srivas used to wonder why is he saying. Maybe he's just puffed up to think like that. When Mahaprabhu goes to Gaya, he meets Ishwara Puri, then there is a complete change in his personality. That same scholarly, arrogant Nimai Pandit, who used to quote Nyaya Shastra and Sanskrit shlokas left, right, and center, such a personality change that he developed that now he was floating in the love of Godhead. All time he used to remain in ecstasy throughout the day chanting the holy names. Such a change happened in his personality after meeting Ishwara Puri. So now Gadadhar Pandit is there, Srivas Thakur was there, Advaita Acharya already there, only Nitai was remaining. And then Nimai Pandit, he has a dream that there is a person in non-Bengali. It's not Bengali. He's speaking, where is Nimai's house? He's asking people. So this Mahaprabhu seeing in a dream that there is this very special personality who's golden reddish, wearing blue cloth, having one earring, holding a plow in his hand, dressed in a very elegant, extraordinary way, looking extremely effulgent, going to different houses and asking, where is Nimai's house? But not in Bengali. So he said, who is this? It's like, for in Bengal, somebody not speaking Bengali is like us, somebody speaking Chinese for us. Because that's how we do. That's how they did it, especially 500 years ago. So Mahaprabhu asked Srivas Thakur and Advaita Acharya that a special personality has come. Go and search him in Navadvip. He's asking for me. Go. So they went everywhere. And Nityananda has meanwhile reached Nandanacharya Bhavan. He's reached. If you go to ISKCON, a little ahead of our property is Nandanacharya Bhavan. There's a beautiful temple there Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has made. That is the meeting place. So he went there. Nityananda was there. And Mahaprabhu 9 hours these people searched. Haridas Thakur, Advaita, they're searching for 9 hours. Where is the, who is there, who is the person? No news, nothing. They came back to Mahaprabhu. No, we didn't find anyone. Mahaprabhu saying that no, he's there. Wait, I'll take you. So then Mahaprabhu takes them to Acharya Bhavan. And both are, he's saying Nitai, Nitai, and he's saying Gaura, Gaura. And they finally come face to face. And when they come face to face, they are ecstatic because they are eternally related as the Supreme Personality and the Supreme Servitor. Transcendental brothers, Krishna and Balram, they are eternally related. So when they meet, there is so much of ecstasy that is flowing. Now Gaur and Nitai, they know each other, but the others don't. Mahaprabhu, in order to prove Nityananda Prabhu's exaltation, he asked Srivas Thakur, you chant the shloka from Bhagavatam. So then he chants the shloka which describes about the beauty of Lord Krishna. And what does he see? What do everyone see? Nityananda becomes unconscious. He shows so much of ecstasy. He's crying, tears are coming from his eyes. He's rolling on the ground. He's becoming unconscious. So all the Vaishnavas, they understand that he's not some ordinary personality. And then Mahaprabhu, suddenly Nityananda is coming out of consciousness. Mahaprabhu takes him on his lap. And that pacifies him. He becomes peaceful. Gadadhar Pandit is laughing. He is saying, Ananta is the lap of, Ananta is actually the bed of the Supreme Lord. Now it is otherwise. The one who is supposed to take on the lap is the one who is on the lap. He says like that. So there was another pastime. So one time Nityananda Prabhu and one time Sachi Mata had a dream wherein she told this to Nimai next day. Nimai, I had a dream and I saw you and Nityananda carrying our deities of Krishna and Balram and moving out of the house. And Krishna Balram and you both are having argument. Krishna Balram and Gaur Nitai are having an argument. Nitai is saying to Krishna Balram, stop all this stealing of butter and yogurt. Those pastimes are over. That is Dwapar Yuga, this is Kali Yuga, this is the time of the Brahmanas. And Balram is telling him that my Lord is Sri Krishna, you guys are imposters, you are pretenders. I am going to expose both of you. And Nityananda is saying that my Lord is Gaur Sundar Vishwambar. And he is the Supreme Personality for Kali Yuga. So you keep your butter and you keep your these preparations for yourself. It is now the rule of the Brahmanas. We are the ones now. So in this way, they were having this transcendental fight. So Ma Sachi, he says that I saw this was going on. What does this mean? And Nimai replied that you can take Nitai as your son. So then let us call Nityananda. So then they call Nityananda, feed him. And Sachi Mata thus accepts Nitai to be brother of. And then she feels, when she embraces Nitai, she felt as if Vishwarup has come. They say, there is mention that Vishwarup was that sannyasi who took Nitai from his house and they both merged. There is one mention like this. So when Sachi Mata used to embrace Nitai, she felt as if the presence of her elder son, Vishwarup. This is how Lord Nityananda used to look like. He used to carry a danda and a water pot. One time, Mahaprabhu said, let's perform Vyas Puja. That means the worship of Nityananda Prabhu. Vyasa Puja is actually the worship of the spiritual master. Lord Nityananda is the original spiritual master. So then Mahaprabhu made everyone sit down and he organized the first Vyas Puja by worshipping Lord Nityananda. So Nityananda was carrying a danda and a water pot. Mahaprabhu broke this danda and threw it away. And he said that Nityananda, he doesn't need to play the part of a sannyasi. He doesn't need to play this part. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And the mention is that Nityananda showed his six-armed form to all the devotees. Four arms of Narayan, Chaturbhuja, and then he was holding a stick or sannyas danda and a water bottle also. The most famous pastime of Nityananda Prabhu is the deliverance of Jagai and Madhai. Jagadananda and Madhavananda were two Brahmins who had deteriorated so much that there was no sin that they had not committed. Now, what happened is Mahaprabhu, after this Vyas Puja celebration got over, he called Haridas, he called Nityananda and told, Shuno Shuno Nityananda, Shuno Haridas, Sarvatra Amaragya Karo He Prakash. He says, go to every house and preach. Bolo Krishna, Bhajo Krishna, Karo Krishna Shiksha. So Mahaprabhu gave standing instruction, go and preach. Go to every person, go and request them to chant Hare Krishna. So Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur started going house to house. And used to go and request everyone, please chant Hare Krishna, please. Whatever you are doing, you may do. But please chant the holy names. So in this way they were going. And they were able to convert some people. Some were very engrossed in their household affairs. But these two were there, Jagai and Madai. They were drunk. And when Nityananda and Haridas came nearby, these two started running behind them so as to attack them. So Haridas and Nityananda also ran to save their lives. And then they are talking amongst each other. Good, somehow Krishna's mercy, we got saved. Then they are giving the report to Mahaprabhu. In that, Haridas is complaining about Nityananda. That see, this Nityananda, he does all extreme things. Sometimes he jumps into the lake where there are crocodiles. He goes and chases crocodiles. He will go to unmarried girls and tell them, will you marry me? This Nityananda is crazy. Many times, this time we were almost, Krishna's mercy, we got saved. Otherwise, for sure, we would have been killed by those drunkards. I am not going with him. And Mahaprabhu, he tells secretly Nityananda, if you deliver those two, that will be very special. Again, Mahaprabhu, again Nityananda and Haridas, they go to where Jagai and Madhai are. These two are creating a big scene there. They are drunk. So you know how drunk people behave. So now Nityananda is begging, please chant Hare Krishna. Take to the chanting of Hare Krishna. And Jagai, he takes a pot and he breaks it on Nityananda's head. And Nityananda, his forehead is bleeding. Still, he doesn't take any offense. And he requests, no problem, please chant Hare Krishna. Madhai changes when he sees this. He says, I am attacking him, but he is still asking me to chant Hare Krishna. What is this person? Meanwhile, Mahaprabhu, who is Antaryami, he comes to know. And he arrives there on the spot with his Sudarshan Chakra to kill, wanting to kill, because Mahaprabhu, he cannot forgive offenders. And what to speak of those who offend his preachers? So Mahaprabhu wanted to finish, and Nityananda stopped him. Nityananda held Mahaprabhu. He said, no. If you kill, it is very easy for you to take out your Sudarshan and finish off everyone. But that is not the purpose of this incarnation. This incarnation, you have given up all weapons, and the only weapon is the holy names. And by love of God, we are supposed to conquer everyone. So, because Nityananda Prabhu stops Mahaprabhu, Jagai is saved. Seeing Jagai and Madhai, both of them are stunned seeing what has transpired. And they undergo a complete change of heart. They surrender to Lord Nityananda. And Nityananda takes them to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who embraces them, each of them. When Mahaprabhu embraces Jagai, for a while he becomes black. He is Gaur Sundar, he becomes black. And then again, he resumes his original color. Then he hugs Madhai. He absorbs all the sinful reactions, Mahaprabhu, on Nityananda's recommendation. And then he told them, sin no more. Sin no more. Jagai and Madhai are completely transformed after this. And then they make a vow that they are going to serve Vaishnavas for all the offenses that they have committed previously. So till now you will find in Navadvip there is Jagai Madhai Ghat, which was constructed by Jagai Madhai. And then they were used to clean it and they used to maintain it for Vaishnavas to come and take bath that time. Thus they became great Vaishnava Sevaks. all the time having a service attitude and service mentality. And seeing their transformation, everybody Navadip was completely perplexed that these two rogues, if they can change, then everyone can. So this was the greatest contribution of Nityananda Prabhu, who is so merciful, much more merciful than Lord Chaitanya also, who delivered Jagai and Madai. Srivas Thakur used to love Nityananda so much. One time, Nityananda, one time Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told him, Srivas, why are you keeping this drunkard in your house? He's such a vagabond. Keeping such a person destroys your reputation. Don't keep him. And Srivas Thakur replies that even if Nityananda marries a Muslim girl, or he is found caught with alcohol in his hand, still my faith in him will not deter. So Mahaprabhu becomes very pleased on seeing how Srivas Thakur had so much faith in Lord Nityananda, knowing very well about his exalted position. And then Mahaprabhu replied that, my dear Srivas, seeing your faith in Nityananda, I give you the blessing that it may happen that Lakshmi Devi may have to beg on the street, but it will never happen that your house will go empty. You will always have all wealth required. In this way, second time Mahaprabhu gives Srivas Thakur one time blessing for having faith in him, and this is again for Nityananda he gives. Because Nityananda used to live in Srivas Thakur's house, considering Srivas and Malini Devi as his parents. Nityananda Prabhu is the main branch of the trunk of devotional service of Lord Chaitanya. So we had the great fortune just a while ago, while in Puri, near Puri, there is a place called Dandabhanga. Is a place where Lord Nityananda broke Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's danda. This is another special pastime that happens. So after Mahaprabhu takes sannyas, they are on the way to Puri. So Mahaprabhu, then Jagadananda and Nityananda are there. Mahaprabhu it was Jagadananda's duty to carry Mahaprabhu's sannyas staff, ek danda. Jagadananda told Nityananda, hold this, I'll go and beg alms. Mahaprabhu has asked me to beg alms, I'll go and beg alms. You carry this safely. Then Nityananda took the staff and he started talking to the staff. He said that the Lord who's carrying, my Lord whom I carry within my heart, he has to carry you. So thinking like this, he broke the staff into three parts, three pieces. And then Jagadananda arrived. He saw the broken danda. And he said, who did this? Who broke this staff? And Nityananda replied, the one who took sannyas broke it. So Jagadananda, he got very irritated. He goes and took the staff, three pieces, and he goes to Mahaprabhu and shows him. Mahaprabhu said, who did it? And Nityananda said, I did it. Whatever you wanted to do. If you want to punish me, you want to forgive me, you do whatever you want to. But I did not feel that this danda is so important that you should hold it. And Mahaprabhu felt, I better go alone. So Mahaprabhu decided, either you all go in front of me or I will go in front. Then you guys go behind. So then Mukunda replied, you go first, we will join you behind. So then from this place, Dandabhanga, Mahaprabhu goes ahead to Jaleshwar, where Lord Shiva is residing. And looking at the Shivlinga, Mahaprabhu starts dancing in ecstasy. He feels ecstatic. And he feels more ecstatic because in a while, his devotees and associates, they come and they are chanting and dancing. So Mahaprabhu, then he sees Nityananda. And then he becomes very pleased because of such nice chanting and dancing going on. When Mahaprabhu forgives Nityananda. And then he says that, Nitai, you must protect me. Because what happened is, a little ahead, what happens when Mahaprabhu reaches Puri. So that time when he sees the deity of Lord Jagannath, he faints, becomes unconscious. And Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he orders, who is the superintendent of the Jagannath temple, he orders that Mahaprabhu should be taken in his house because he understood 7 feet tall, sannyasi, golden bodied, extraordinary personality, having all the symptoms of a great personality. Arms which are dangling to his knees, lotus petal eyes. He understands this is not some special markings on the hands and feet. He understands this is not some ordinary personality. So he takes him to his house. And all the devotees have come later. When Nityananda sees Jagannath and Nityananda sees Balram, he runs straight towards the altar in Puri. He runs straight to the altar, everybody goes aside. Rather, he pushes everyone aside. The Pandas try to stop him, they are unsuccessful. He goes and hugs Balramji on the altar. Everybody is surprised, how did Nityananda reach there? Because anybody who goes to Puri, you know how it is. It's not possible by ordinary person to reach the altar. Nityananda, he hugged Balram there. Then all of them were asked to move out. Then they go to Sarabhama Bhattacharya's house. There they see Mahaprabhu lying there. And only after a couple of hours, Mahaprabhu, he regained consciousness. And then Mahaprabhu asked, where am I? Nityananda replied, you are in Sarabhama Bhattacharya's house. What happened? You fell unconscious on seeing Jagannath. Oh, Nitai, you must control me. I do not know what happens to me. So in this way, Mahaprabhu, he said, Nityananda, I surrender to you. So they had such a special, deep, loving relationship. One time, Nityananda, he delivered a gang of thieves. When they saw Nityananda, this was in Navadvip, this pastime happens, Nityananda was staying at the house of Hiranya Pandit. And Nityananda used to wear, he had golden armlets, he had golden bracelets, he had golden rings. He used to dress up like that. So these dacoits, they wanted to steal. So they planned that in the night, when they are all sleeping, we shall go and we shall take all this, we'll get a lot of money through this in exchange. We'll take all this gold. So that night, when all these thieves were planning to go inside the house and raid it and take all this from Lord Nityananda, somehow they fell asleep. Waiting, they fell asleep. And when they woke up, all of them saw that already the sun had begun to rise. Then they started contemplating, first fighting. You slept first. No, I slept first. You slept. He slept first. So then they concluded that maybe because we did not worship Durga Devi, we were worshippers of Chandi Devi. So we didn't worship her. That's the reason why we all fell asleep. So then let's worship her before doing this attack. So the next night they worship goddess Chandi, and then they are planning. Then they go. This is already midnight. Nityananda is sleeping. Hiranya Pandit, they are already asleep. When they go nearby, they see that there are huge personalities that are standing on the side of the hut, on all the sides, and they are chanting Hare Krishna, and they are having weapons in their hands also. Looking at them, these dacoits, they take a U-turn and go back. They become afraid, saying, maybe it seems this Nityananda is an extraordinary person, that he knew we were coming for him. Then they wait for a couple of days. Then one night again they attack. They want to go and rob. As they come closer, somehow it was so dark, it becomes very, very dark in the night. They're not able to see anything. And all of them, some untoward incidents happen. One of them falls in the ditch. One of them falls into thorns, a bed of thorns. Another one bruises himself. Another one falls into the mud. In this way, all of them, they are somehow stuck. And then it starts raining. It is mentioned that Indradev also, who understands that Lord Nityananda, and he understood these dacoits wanted to attack him, he made it rain so heavily that all these dacoits who were stuck near the hut, they all start freezing in the cold and they start shivering. Suddenly, the leader of this gang, he has a big change of heart, and he understands that this Nityananda is not an ordinary person. So that night, they clean themselves up, and then immediately in the morning, this leader, he goes and falls at the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda, saying, you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You know what is going on. And he reveals everything that he was trying to do. He reveals. He says, I am a big rascal, please forgive me. And in this way, Lord Nityananda, he delivers all these dacoits. And he becomes famous. Actually, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he orders Lord Nityananda to go and preach in Bengal. Nityananda Prabhu comes along with Mahaprabhu to Puri. But Mahaprabhu does not keep him there. He sends him back to Bengal to preach. Nityananda, at Navadvip, then he gets married to Janava and Vasudha Devi, who are his eternal consorts. and then he continues preaching. After Nityananda Prabhu's departure from this world, the head of the Gaudiya community became Janva Devi, Janva Mata. And her son Veerbhadra Prabhu also did tremendous preaching. So this was all in Bengal. Gauridas Pandit's deities are present at Ambika Kalna. That is the place, that was the house of the father of Janva and Vasudha. Both were sisters. One thing is that one cannot approach Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu without the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu. And this is the example of Raghunath Das Goswami. Raghunath Das Goswami wanted to approach Chaitanya Mahaprabhu many times. And he ran away from home, only to be caught later on. When he came to know, because you see, Raghunath Das Goswami, he came from a big merchant family. And his family members wanted to keep him bound. But Raghunath used to run away. He had complete detachment, Raghunath Das Goswami. So one time when he came to know that Nityananda Prabhu has arrived at Panihati. How many of you have been to Panihati? Panihati. Okay, you know what to do. Panihati. Nityananda Prabhu reaches there, and there Raghunath Das Goswami comes there. And from far, Nityananda sees Raghunath and he says, "Oh, the thief has come." And others cannot understand, why is he calling him a thief? Nityananda Prabhu chastises him. So Raghunath Das Goswami comes nearby, and Nityananda Prabhu puts his lotus feet on Raghunath Das Goswami. And he tells, you must, punishment. Punishment is you must feed Chida Dahi to all these devotees and their associates. So this Chida Dahi festival that we have is in honor of this pastime, in commemoration. It's Panihati Chida Dahi Utsav, where Raghunath Das Goswami was ordered personally by Nityananda Prabhu to do Vaishnava Seva by feeding all the devotees Chida Dahi. The story behind this, the moral is that when Raghunath Das Goswami was trying to reach Mahaprabhu, bypass Nityananda and reach Mahaprabhu, he was unsuccessful. So when he got the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu, after that, when he ran, he was able to take another route, which was not the route that normally people took from Bengal to Puri. He took another forest route, and then he reached Puri and always remained there. Thus, he attained the shelter of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu after that, only after getting the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu. Nityananda Prabhu, he took Jiva Goswami on the Navadip Mandal Parikrama. And in this way, Nityananda Prabhu, after Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left, he continued assisting him in his pastimes. When Mahaprabhu said, Nitai, you go to Bengal and preach, he did not resist. He said, whatever you order, my Lord, I shall follow. So this is the special prerogative of Sri Nityananda Prabhu, who is none other than Adi Guru. He is the original spiritual master. And on this auspicious occasion of Sri Nityananda Trayodasi, we should pray to Lord Nityananda to guide us back and develop loving attachment towards the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. One time, a very senior devotee, he mentioned that if you want the mercy of Nityananda, then do what Nityananda did, which means preaching to the Jagais and Madais, asking them to chant Hare Krishna. That's how we get the mercy of Nityananda. So the more we take this process ourselves and we give it to others, the more we get the mercy of Lord Nityananda. So tomorrow, on the auspicious day of Advaita Acharya, we can pray to Advaita Acharya. And on Saturday, on the auspicious occasion of Nityananda Trayodasi, we should pray to Lord Nityananda so that we can advance in our spiritual life. Take up the instructions that these personalities have given. Especially take up the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. And thus make our life perfect. Sri Advaita Thakur ki, Sri Nityananda Prabhu ki. Any questions before we can sing one bhajan and conclude? Can take some questions. So this is a very nice bhajan, which is Nitai Pada Kamala. You can repeat the lyrics after me. Nitai Pada Kamala, Koti Chandra Shushitala, Jay Chayai Jagat Jurai, Heno Nitai Bine Bhai, Radha Krishna Paite Nai, Drida Kori Dharo Niter Pai, She Shambandha Nahi Jara, Vritha Janma Gelo Tara, She Pashu Boro Durachara, Nitai Na Bolilo Mukhe, Majilo Samsara Sukhe, Vidya Kule Ki Kori Betar. This is a translation also. Look at that. Yeah. Please, somebody read the English.
The feet of Lord Nityananda are a shelter where one will get the soothing moonlight not only of one but of millions of souls.
Yes. Nitai Pada Kamala. So where is it that one get? Where is Nityananda Prabhu in your life? Question mark. Where is Lord Nityananda? How do we see the Lord Nityananda's mercy? Yeah, it functions through Vaishnava Kripa. The opportunity to attain Vaishnava Sangha is actually nothing but Lord Nityananda's mercy. What else is it? Yes, please read the English. Huh. So, Srila Prabhupada, actually, he gave a lecture also on this, the meaning of this, purport of this bhajan. And it cannot be emphasized more that without Lord Nityananda's mercy, it is not possible to attain Golok Vrindavan. It is not possible. Because only by the mercy of Lord Chaitanya one can attain. And the mercy of Lord Chaitanya is only, it can come when one has mercy of Lord Nityananda. Anyone who has not established his relationship with Nityananda Prabhu is understood to have spoiled his valuable human birth. Such a human being is actually an uncontrollable animal. Nitai na bolilo mukhe, majilo samsara sukhe, vidya kule ki kori betar. Please read.
Never utters the holy name of Nityananda. He has become merged into so-called material happiness. What can his useless education and complete tradition do to help?
Yeah, it's amazing to see that how, in the spiritual perspective, a person who is uneducated or doesn't come from a high family is not considered to be somebody who is very exceptional. Education and family tradition are not considered to be qualifications, but the qualification is somebody who has chanted the name of Nityananda. Say Nityananda. Ahankara matta hoya, Nitai pad pashariya, asatyere satya kori mani. Please read.
United from the false destiny and application of the body. Oh, what is Nityananda? What can he do for me? I don't care. The result is that he's accepting something false.
This is our life. Asatyere satya kori mani. We think all the things that are false, we think to be true. We think our relationships, our bank account, our bank balance and our position, etc., is true. Actually, it's all false. Asatyare satya korimu. We are thinking what is untrue to be true. But our relationship with Lord Nityananda, that is the Guru who gives the Sambandha Gyan, that is the truth. Nitayar koruna habe braje radha Krishna pabe. Dharo nitai charana dukhani. Please read.
Actually want to approach the association of Radha Krishna, you must first achieve the mercy of Lord Nityananda. When he is merciful towards you, then you will be able to approach Radha Krishna. Therefore, you should firmly grasp the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda.
Yes, firmly grasp the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda. Nitayar charana satya tahara sevak nitya. Nitai pada sada koro asha. Please read.
The lotus feet of Nityananda are not illusion, they are a fact. One who engages in the transcendental loving service of Nityananda is also transcendental. Always try to catch the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda.
So being engaged in the service of Lord Nityananda is also being transcendental. Narottama boro dukhi, nitai more koro sukhi. Rakho ranga charanera pasha. Please read. Okay, so let us sing this bhajan and then we shall conclude.